Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by Luneinnate, and if this is our first introduction, thank you so much for clicking on this video. And let me say as well, thank you, just those who have been watching and supporting and enjoying, and watching is great. Liking is super good. Commenting is amazing. Subscribing, thank you. Joining me in Patreon, thank you, thank you, thank you. Being able to work with you in classes, thank you, thank you. I'm just so grateful. And I hope you're having a beautiful day. And if you're a little stressed right now, I hope that this video supports you. So, I'm an energy worker, esoteric healing arts practitioner, Reiki teacher, and practitioner. And I love creating these videos for the collective, for the public, for anyone who stumbles across it and resonates or is served in any way by it. So you could use this totally to simply just relax too. You could use this as a method to communicate to your subconscious mind, to chew on some ideas, some concepts that are, in my humble opinion, supportive. And if you're open to the concept of energy work by proxy, you can treat this as a by proxy energy work session. Now, of course, and I must say this specifically with our theme today because it really does go together so well, but of course, energy work is amazing. Like I've seen, I don't want to create these dramatic expectations, but like my life has truly changed practicing energy work on a regular basis, being more mindful, getting sessions from other people, doing the work for myself, meditating, all of this. But it's holistic and the work isn't going to stick, it's not really going to have a lot of evidence in our lives, in our tangible lives, if we're not making changes or bringing in these concepts, these practices into our day-to-day, into our walking and talking day-to-day, where we're living our lives. So our theme for this session is about grounding. And of course, I'm sure I've done plenty of videos on grounding in general, but this came up as a topic in Patreon, and I wanted to honor it. It's also something that really comes up in the kind of lesson deep talk area of Patreon for the month as well. So we're going to work on grounding today, and I just want to give an introduction. And I've seen so many comments lately about me talking too much, like love and peace, like peace and love. Like, please just find another video, all right? Because like I'm gonna talk. I don't talk in everyone, but most of them, because there's something that happens when we're chewing on ideas, right? These aren't just ASMR videos to me. I say humbly and respectfully, of course. So I just wanted to touch on grounding because I think it's something that can be, oversimplified and a little elusive, even though it's so simple and practical sounding, right? But basically, we could, yes, look at grounding through the lens of being present in the moment. Being present right now, tuned in to the senses, getting out of our heads, out of our thoughts, and into the body, into the experience, into the reality, and grounding into this present moment to create a sort of stillness or perspective or just touch base, like touch down, touch reality, This sort of grounding is beneficial for tuning into our bodies, listening to our body, our physical needs, our emotional needs, of course, as well, and etc. But from an energy work perspective, when I think of grounding, yes, being present in the moment is so key and such a useful practice. But for me, again, the way I see it, grounding is more about taking the experiences that we have at night while we're dreaming or in meditation or the mindfulness that we're practicing or the experiences we have during energy work sessions as if it were in the cloud, as if it were up here, if we're going to draw these associations together. and grounding it into our reality. So it's not just that I'm practicing peace and love like up in here while I'm meditating. Can I bring that peace and love down into my reality? Can I practice it? Can I show more compassion when people are stressing me out? As people do, right? Can I show that compassion and peace and love for myself? Can I show that acceptance and oneness that I'm kind of connecting to while I meditate or dream or journal, and or ride my bike, or anytime that we kind of get in that call it like ethereal kind of like space, right, where we kind of override, I guess, a little bit of the stress of the situation, and we're kind of elevated, right, like out of our bodies, so to speak. And can I connect and ground that down into my reality? Not just to practice mindfulness and compassion, but also to activate within ourselves the activations or the initiations, in a sense, that we may have received, or the lessons through meditation or through dream work or energy work or any other experience, right? So it's about connecting with the head and beyond, and grounding that into the earth, into the body, into the actual steps that you take on a day-to-day basis. So that is our theme today. Forgive the lengthy intro. It must be explained. And I hope that this serves you. And my hair is wet right now. It looks a little dirty, but it's actually just really clean. So we're going to start with our candle. I've rearranged my room a little bit, so I'm kind of like, where was that? I do have some candles to share with you that I've crafted, but they are curing at the moment. I want to just give them one more day to be extra safe and not rush the process. So we're back to a little tea light, which is nice because I do love a good candle holder. Grounding is what happens through your actions, So we have again our strawberry incense matches. We can also ground our manifestations, as you visualize yourself in a position, let's say, that you find fulfilling, or completing something to you, or connecting or activating with how you design yourself, what you bring to the surface of all your multiple myriad of facets of self. And let me just light this candle on behalf of the highest and greatest and good and perfect comfort and alignment. Our intention today is to support grounding your manifestations, your activations, your dream work experiences, your shadow work that you've been processing, everything you've learned in the last year through this very hermit-like time where you've had to go within, where you've had to isolate, where you've had to face your fears, and all of these, I could go on and on and on. All of these things that we've connected with, can we draw that into our reality to serve our tangible development? Yes, we could say that spirit, I'm being very loose here with my terms, but spirit is reality, and this is kind of the facade. This life is kind of the dream, right? So, don't go too hard, you know what I mean? Don't go too hard, but we're here to make changes. We're here to serve humanity. We're here to serve the dream of life, to bring harmony to this plane, to this place, to experience our own growth and, what our soul is asking for in this life that you have embodied into. And please, take what resonates. I don't mean to push my beliefs on anyone ever, so please forgive me there if I was a little pushy. But can we ground that in? So, as an example, if you'd like, as you're setting your own intention, gazing into this flame here, focus on yourself. Focus on that vision you have of that love you want to experience, that love you do connect with as you fantasize or as you dream, that abundance you connect with, again, as you fantasize or imagine or play in these creative fields, the shifts you want to see embodied first in yourself through compassion and righteousness and standing up for what is right, how we spend our money, how we spend our time, what we share, how we stick up for those in positions. How can I say that better? Forgive me that I tripped up myself, but how we stick up for our fellow humans, our brothers and sisters of humanity here, and what we can do to make actual changes. So as you connect with all of that in this dreamy space or this astral space or this imaginative space, let's set an intention to ground that into our realities, into our bodies, into our actions, into the energy, the vibe we hold, the energy we share as we lend our voices, into, our actual movements and more tangible effects, into the things we create, into the ways we create and then inspire, etc., etc., etc. So, again, I'm sorry for all the chatting, but please, I'd invite you to have a look at this little flame, this little doorway, this little passage, so to speak, and set your intention. Hold the image of your own perfection. You're perfect already. But hold the image of the magnetized self that you feel called to embody more of, or the qualities of self you wish to integrate into yourself. Fearlessness, courage, bravery, diligent behaviors, compassion, softness, ease, beauty and grace, creative flow, being a good friend, being a good parent, or, friendly face or whatever, and bringing that into our realities. And I feel like I'm feeling it already, so I hope that you are. There's so much that happens just before we even get started, right? Just gonna set this down. And we're gonna start with something a little noisy to get it out of the way. Here I have my seed rattle. So I want to clear a passageway below the feet and into the earth, more specifically, your Earth Star chakra, your deeply embedded chakra point connected deep into the realm of the earth to support your grounding into such, right? This is what my seed rattle looks like. In case you don't know what I'm talking about. And it's so loud, so I don't want to shake it too hard right by my mic here. But I'm gonna look like a little weirdo right now and dip down to focus below the feet, focusing deep into your Earth Star chakra point, okay? So just close your eyes and allow yourself to see what comes up, Does a word pop into your head? Do you feel an emotion? Is there a color? Is there a symbol? Just, no pressure, but allow if anything like that wants to come up, any subconscious communication. So, just picture like a drill, drilling down into your Earth chakra. I'm just going to focus up through the legs to the roots. passing over the head, and just sweeping, gently clearing this channel within you, down through, all the way through the feet, into the Earth Star, over the head, over the crown, to the Soul Star, Chakra, and down through, sweeping through. Just again clearing this channel, this pathway. Share with you some stones that I want to work with. And this one really reminds me of the Earth Star. This is, excuse me, let me get the better focus. Please don't, hate on my nails. They had some glue on them, so they're kind of messy, but hope that doesn't bother you. This is gold Sheen Obsidian, and you can see that beautiful gold sheen. And in times where I was working with the Earth Star and I had experiences of, to me, what felt like my Earth Star chakra activating more. I could see it as this kind of rolling, gigantic boulder beneath the earth, almost that had like spikes in it, like you would picture, like something that bore through rock, turning below my feet, deep in the earth. And as I walked, and as I moved, and even as I drove my car, I felt this like crossing, this, again, just tunneling, burrowing through the earth layers. And it felt really grounding and powerful. But it had a bit of this look, this gold sheen kind of look to it, in my mind anyway. So we have this to represent our connection with the void, with the primordial matter of earth, with the limitless possibility and potential of our experiences here. And that a reminder, even when we can't see something, or even at first glance when, it doesn't seem like there's all that much there, there's so much below the surface if we just shine a little light, a little awareness, right? A little presence, a little grounded reality, picking at it, tuning into it. So, we have this. Now, to represent our own activations and experiences that we wish to ground, I brought out my little hermit azurite in Matrix, and it just looks like a little hermit hut. Like, this is where I've been all 2020 and so far all of 2021, in my little hermit hut, processing, reflecting, reading, writing, creating, daydreaming, manifesting, right? Having experiences, doing my shadow work. So perhaps you could connect in a similar way to this stone. And we're going to sweep it through our higher chakra points with the intention to call in all those experiences, to call in, again, those activations, that healing, those ahas, those intentions, right? All the things you've been working on, all the twists and turns and folding and evolution of your spiritual self, of your created self. Calling them in, and I'm channeling through. as we do this, okay, sweeping them through that channel to ground them from the higher realms, we could say, into the body, into the experience, into your rebirth here now in spring. And I tried to wear a springy outfit for us today. Grounded. So this is a really interesting stone. I actually forget the proper name for it. But it's kind of like a serpentine, but it's a silver banded something. It's very interesting. It's not doing it right now, but on the right light, these silvery strips light up like reflective material, like crossing guard material or something. It's fascinating. And I love this for the steps. The evolution, the ascension, climbing to the top, reflecting on where we've gone and been through and what we've collected and all of this. And I don't mean in terms of tangible stuff like what our soul has collected. So I love this to represent that higher place, that ascended place where we get to through our breath work, through our meditation, through our energy work, through our inner peace, through connecting with nature. And we walk back down those steps too, to bring it back to this reality. Because we wouldn't be in this reality if we weren't meant to do something in this reality. It's all well and good to connect in the ethereal, but, the ethereal is inevitable. This takes actual effort and free will to invoke that grounded nature, or the grounding of these experiences. So again, we're just sweeping through, bringing it through, bringing that ascension down, that perspective down into the body, into the blood, into the earth, into your actions, how you carry yourself, how you communicate, how you interpret communication, how you listen through your heart, how you speak with confidence, how you hold your boundaries, and practice the you want to be, right? The evolution of your soul. Okay, so last but not least, we have this gorgeous kind of snakeskin patterned gabbro, and it's like an egg shape with the snakeskin. I absolutely love this for times of rebirth, and spring has just started here in the area of the world that I'm in. I mean, I'm in the tropics, so the seasons are different now for me, but just in general. And there's just a beautiful honoring here with this stone that we bring in of your revelations, of your development, of your rebirth, of shedding the old, shedding the disconnected, right? Shedding the non-embodied, or the concept of being, concept of not embodying all of these things that you have collected. I love this for our rebirth here, and the transformation, the step into the new self, the new reality, the new cycle here. And I never speak in ways that you're not already whole or perfect or developed. Of course you are. But it's just the nature of this realm to progress, so that's all I mean. The constant flow, the constant progression. So I have the sun, the soul, the self, the ego, and the moon, the heart, the emotions, the passions. And we're going to connect with these frequencies here to represent our sun and moon, our celestial qualities, we could say. So focus on your ears first, and just for the length of this video, your ears are over here for me. With an eclipse of such, a marking of time to dedicate, to direct your will. Your intentions, your truth, and bring it in to your experiences. Now and always. Call us in from the direction of this higher concepts, these higher perspectives, and ground them through your energetic field down into the earth, into your star, to be shared, to be felt, to make changes in your day-to-day, in your reality, in how you carry yourself, in how you share and talk and create. Going through to ground your soul, your heart, your joys and passions into your experience and how that changes the world. Now I have my earth. Focus on the steps you take. Focus on your body language, how you adorn yourself, your reactions. No one's saying you have to be perfect. Never get angry. But there is something to the shifts and changes we radiate here, even the slightest of pivoting and shift in perspective can have such an effect on yourself, on your reality, on the experiences around you. The world at large. One more. Tuning that inner channel to the earth frequency to better serve you in connecting here. And when we give to the earth, when we ground in the earth, when we share, when we shift, we don't do it for a reward, but we are definitely rewarded and supported, because that's the whole nature here, isn't it? To be authentic, to align our ideals with our actions. Use this little bit of eclipse spray. And really channel through and call in the intention to ground all this work, all your experiences, all that's happened in the subtle, behind the scenes, in these emotional realms, all that's been playing out as you sleep in the subconscious spheres or hemispheres, spaces, and calling it through to your reality, through to your experience. Connecting with gratitude, connecting with intentions to receive on behalf of all the work you've done, for all you've been through. There are certain, rewards, resources, connections, release, perspectives, changing. Just want to pull back the veil so we can witness it more. Focused on the eyes, to see, to create, to beam. As you navigate, as you shift, ever so slightly, becoming more and more of your authentic self, or rather, living, sharing, radiating from your most authentic self. Now, just getting kind of like an intuitive message here. Some of you may have a bit of a guilt of sorts, kind of coming up, like a rejection. You're witnessing that perhaps your ideals and your actions maybe were in line. And, that's okay. Just take accountability and make the changes, it's okay. So we're gonna display this for you just a moment longer. Again, grounding into your roots, to the very building blocks, here. And this might be very just helpful for those of you who are like, I've been doing the work, and, like that kind of thing. Perhaps you haven't actually let it come out of you yet, so I hope this serves those of you in that position. We're going to fluff up the aura. Back. This thing is kind of crumbly, but it's so nice. I'm gonna use it like a wand almost. Just focus one last time on calling through, channeling through, sweeping through, to pull those experiences, whether you can identify them or not, of your soul development, of your morals, of your compass, of your path, of your passions, into the body, into the patterns, the beliefs, what you create, what you exude, your conversations, your self-reflection, how you talk to yourself, all of this stuff, how you care for your body, how you prioritize. I wish you could smell this. My friend Allison sent it to me. It smells so good. Wildcat Gardens, Boulder, Colorado. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed your little session today. Thank you for your patience and listening to me talk too much, I'm sure. From the very, very bottom of my heart, I bow to the divine within you and I, to this connection that we share. I want to thank you for being allowing me to share a little piece of your path, and for being such a significant part of mine. I just want to send you so much love, to you, of course, and Namaste.